Hello, this is Guy Brown from My Real Estate Advisor. So today we're just going to do a quick talk on the process of the sales, basically on what you should be doing from start to finish. Okay, so to begin with, you get your listing. So we allocate different properties to different agents in different locations and things like that, and we advertise them through social media and things like that. So you'll be given areas that you want to work on and that type of thing, and access to whichever listings you prefer. When you get leads coming through, the basic information is the phone number, the name and the email address. You need those three things basically to kick off with, to start any kind of dialogue with anybody. You need to be able to call them, you need to be able to email them, all that kind of thing, so you can get in touch. So when you first initially get the information from the client, the contact details, first port of call would be to send an email to introduce yourself, to say thank you very much for your inquiry. You've inquired on this particular property. Send them the link back of which property it is on the website. Email a link to a promotional video, so either you've done one yourself or you can use a company one to say about what promotions we're running at the moment. If you want to put any other links into any other YouTubes or social media or anything else like that you might have worked on, then by all means put that through. So excuse me. So they've received the email from you to say who you are. They've got your contact details now, and they've got a bit of background on the company. They can go and look at the company website. You can see it's a legitimate company. They can see that you're a legitimate person who's obviously working in real estate and you're trying to help them. So when you make contact with them after that, the next thing you're trying to do is you're trying to qualify these people. So they might have clicked on an ad or whatever it is, or seen a video, and they go, oh great, yeah, I want to buy something in that particular suburb, I'll have a look at that. Okay, well, that's all well and good, but if they don't have the finance in place, or they can't get the finance that they need, so as I say, if they can't get the finance that they need, then it's going to be an issue. So we partnered with a financial company, which I will send you the information on, and there is actually a link to their website in our website. So we've had the process where we've dealt with lots of different financial advisors over the years, and some are very good and they're very quick off the mark, and some aren't. Some are very slow to get back to people and things like that. So we picked this particular company to partner with because they already partner with other firms that we're involved with. So my advice would be to pass the person's details on to that financial advisor so they can follow up and see where that person's at, because the person might tell you that they've got finance in place when they really haven't got the finance in place. So it's probably worth getting a second opinion from the finance company that we're involved with, which is linked on the website. So moving forward from there, so you've made contact now, you've passed details on to a finance company, or they've given you their details with the finance situation. The next stage is to basically ask them some qualifying questions. So you can use the inquiry form that we use for the qualifying questions, and you can ask them over the phone and go through it with them to say, okay, these are the basic questions I need to ask you so I can get your information and also check that what it is that you're looking at is within your budget. So after that, we can sort of establish then, okay, what's this person's budget? What's the availability of the property they're interested in? Can they afford it? And then we can move forward from there. Once we've established whether or not they qualify to be able to buy this particular property, we know exactly what type of property they're after, what their budget is, what their time frame is, whether the property has to be complete, all those sorts of things. Then we move to the next stage, which is where we book an appointment with a developer or a builder. In that instance, what you would do is you would send through your inquiry form, send through the details of the client, send it through to the finance arm, and then we would work through, contact the developer and arrange a face-to-face meeting with the developer and the person that is potentially the buyer. Once the person meets you on site with the developer and the meeting goes ahead, the developer is there to answer any awkward questions. So if you don't know off the top of your head what the body corporate is, or anything in particular like that, or what the levies are, or it could be any sort of unusual question that somebody might ask. Some people are very pedantic and they want to know every little finite detail. Other people are more emotional, and they if they love a place, you'll know within a few seconds of them walking through the front door. Anyway, once you've taken them through the property, they've answered, their questions have been answered by the developer and yourself. The next stage then is to fill in a reservation form. So what the reservation form is, a very soft sell. So it's not sign here, you bought the house or whatever. It's sign here, we'll reserve this particular property for you with the developer, and then if everything goes according to plan and the contracts all come through and everything completes and you're happy and you know it turns into a proper sale, then it's done. So from your point of view, from Workwise point of view, you've got two forms. You've got your initial inquiry form, which you can fill out over the phone yourself. There's an online link that you can click onto and you can do it online. So that's stage one. Stage two, you've met the person, you've shown them the property, they want to buy the property, so then you reserve that property for them and you fill in the following form. Once that's done, then it's between the builder and our administration team then to process that sale. So you no longer have to get involved then. Your only other thing that you might want to do is send more information to the client about the particular property. So hopefully when you've gone through and you've qualified them, you've actually emailed them the information on the property in the first place. So you will have sent them the floor plans, the brochures, the breakdown on the suburb, all that kind of thing. So they've got a bigger picture of how it all fits together and what it is that they're buying. So if you've got to the stage where you've sent them some information but not all of the information you've got available, then you can follow up then to reinforce the sale with more information so that client doesn't feel nervous about what they're purchasing. So an end-to-end looks like inquiry comes in, you send them an email to thank them for inquiring, you contact them, you gather information from them to pre-qualify them, you then send that information back to us, we then get in touch and with the developer and the builder, help you arrange a time for a meeting. You've also sent the information off to a finance company to make sure that they can qualify that person as well. You have the meeting. Once you've had the meeting with the developer and the client wants to buy the property, then you fill in a reservation form so we can hold that property to one side with the developer so nobody else can buy that property. If everything goes according to plan after that, then the person will be looked after and the contract will be signed and you will get paid. So it's as simple as that. So if, for example, it becomes more of a complicated situation whereby somebody's asked you now they've gone to have a look, let's say they've gone to have a look at an apartment and they don't like that particular apartment, and you can't see anything else on the website that fits, you can there's another link that you can use to do a search and then we can see if we can find you something else. If not, if it's a case where there is nothing available on the current website, this is when we go to a developer direct, which we've got a big group of that we can pull and say, okay, right, there's this builder over here that deals in this area and there's this other one. We will then discuss that with you, contact the builder, or you can contact the builder yourself, whichever's easiest. That builder then will try and put together a bespoke package for the client based on what the client's needs are. So if it doesn't exist, we'll make it exist. If we can't source a block of land, or the budget isn't there, and all the rest of it. If it can't be done, it can't be done. Walk away. If you can't meet that person's needs with the facilities that we've got available, with all the access to all the different properties that we've got, with the access to the builders and the developers that we've got, it's not going to happen. So in that instance, I would definitely say to just drop it. Don't waste your time on it because you can't do it. They can go to multiple companies and ask for the same thing, and the same thing will happen because we're all connected with the same kind of people. So that's my advice in that situation. But we're trying to do the best by the clients. The customer's always right. So the main thing is to push as hard as you can to try and match that person's expectations and over deliver, not under deliver. So in that instance, you try your hardest to try and get them what they want. If it can't be done, if the line isn't available, if their budget is off, if they haven't got finance, all these sorts of different factors, if it can't be done, it can't be done. So you have to walk away. But always try and get them exactly what they want. And this is where qualifying them in the first place comes in, because you've got to make sure, does this person want an apartment, or do they want a house? Do they want a townhouse? Do they want to be 20 minutes away from the CBD? Is their budget 600,000 or is it 500,000? Have they got finance in place? Do they have a deposit? What's the circumstances in which this person is operating? You need to determine that, so we can then put the right property with that person. And some people do have champagne taste and beer money. They want an apartment that's worth over $1 million, but they only want to pay $600,000 for it. Those are the sorts of people that are going to waste your time, because you can't give them what they want at the end of the day, and nobody can, because it doesn't exist. So remember that and try and qualify that person out, so you're not wasting your time, the finance guy's time, the developer and builder's time, and that way it's more of a smooth transition from somebody who's seen an ad on the internet or on social media, wherever they've seen it. They've sent you their details, they're in the market to buy something, and you've taken them from, okay, you want to buy this, let's find out exactly what you can buy, and then let's find exactly where you want it, and then let's put the two things together and make it happen, to then it's sold. So that's the process. So it's basically two forms, a couple of back and forths with some finance people, back and forths with the head office to make sure everything's okay, possibly speaking to another developer or builder if you need to, and that is it. So this is probably the easiest, simplest process compared to a regular sale in normal residential sales that you'll ever do. If you want to do normal residential sales, my real estate advisor is partnered with EXP Australia. So we run all our regular listings through EXP. Not that we focus on that in particular because we specialize in brand new properties. But if, for example, a client turns around and says, well, I've got to sell my existing property to get the money to buy this new one, then you would then get involved with EXP and try and do that process. So then we would bring in a local EXP agent in your area who would then partner with you and help you sell that client's property. Or if anybody in the general public approaches you to sell a property, then again, we would use EXP, and we would recommend that you join EXP in order to make that sales process happen and for you to get paid the majority of the commission involved with that. Everybody's at different stages. There's some people that have been in the industry for a good deal of years, and they can join EXP straight away if they want to. Others are new into the industry, they're just finding their feet and they need a mentor. Obviously we would put you with somebody, so you have got a mentor there to help you through that process, because it is a little slightly more complicated than what it is that you're doing when you sell a new property. So I hope this has helped clarify the process. Now if you do have questions, if you want to know where the forms are, how to put stuff into a CRM system, who the finance people are, who to contact for the EXP, for example. If you need to know any of these answers to any of these questions, then you need to call or email and let us know exactly what you need and how we can help, because we need a good line of communication back and forth with everybody, and everybody has to be singing from the same hymn sheet to make sure that we're effective as a business. So if you can contact us, say, okay, this is what I need, I'm not very confident in this area, or I'm confident in this area but I need something else, please don't feel shy about picking up the phone and giving us a call and just asking for what you need, because we'll get it done for you. So I hope that's sort of helped a bit with the process on how the sales process works from end to end. It is a bit of a rant and a bit of a, you know, long dialogue, but at least you can run this video back, watch it again, and or pick out the bits that you're interested in. Your main thing is you speak to your clients, you gather the information, you qualify them, you send the information back up to us, and then we take it from there, and then we help you to arrange an appointment. You show the client what they want to buy. If the client's keen, you get their details again to make sure they can reserve that particular property, and then we go to contract. That's it. So I hope that sort of gives you an idea of what you need to be able to do. Like I say, the biggest part really is the qualification part. You will waste hours and hours of your life running around after people that aren't serious buyers that you think you are, because you're so keen to sell a property and to earn that commission that you think everybody's a buyer. Well, they're not. In reality, anybody can sell anything to anyone, but they've got to have the money to buy it, and you'll only ever really sell to 7 out of 10 people, because there's that 3 people that you either won't get on with, they don't get on with you, they haven't got the money, or whatever it is. So don't treat everybody like they're definitely going to buy something. Ask them questions, get to know them. Even if you want to have a meeting with them first in private, face to face, that's probably worth doing before you even take them to view any properties, just to get to know them. Go have a coffee with them or something. So yeah, treat your client like gold and like royalty, but also remember that there's a lot of time wasters out there. So if they're not comfortable answering the questions that you're asking them, chances are they probably can't afford to buy the property they're looking at. So in that case, we don't want you to waste any more of your time. So hopefully that has been a bit of a help to you today. We're just finishing off recruitment process over the next 4 weeks for 2020. We might do some more recruitment down the line, and we might have some more people join the business, but once we've finished, the main focus is going to be on social media advertising and doing the campaign that we've talked about earlier on this year. So we're all geared up for doing that basically. So I will be able to spend more time with everybody individually, either with a Zoom call or face to face, depending on the situation and the location of the person. So I hope that's helped you, and if you do have any questions, please give me a call. Right, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much for your time. All the best. Thank you. Bye bye.